In episode 37, it wasn't just Blue River and Thunder Lightning Flash who recognized a masterful move when they saw one. Still reeling from that masterful move, they watched as Lord Grimm closed in on the two goblins. With a single explosive surge of his palm and fist, he sent both creatures flying back with a thunderous crash. That was the Battle Mage's level 15 skill, Falling Flower Palm. It packed a powerful knockback effect. The goblins, being small and light, were sent flying several meters by the impact. Lord Grimm didn't slow down, darting to the other side where two more goblins waited. The moment he entered their aggro range, they whipped out their clubs, close-range fighters, these two. So this time, Lord Grimm didn't close in on the pair, he just kept charging forward. The two goblins he'd knocked back were already scrambling to their feet. One readied another stone to throw while the other began channeling an ice bolt. Lord Grimm was still 2 meters away, but his battle spear was already in motion. Thwack! Thwack! The goblins' attacks, one rock, one ice bolt, were cut short before they could launch. Lord Grimm swept his spear again, felling both monsters, and sprinted right over their fallen bodies. The next targets were two goblins at 10 o'clock straight ahead. One was pulling out a club, the other was conjuring an ice arrow. As the ice arrow shot out, Lord Grimm leapt into the air, sailing right over the head of the goblin charging at him with its club. Mid-flight, he thrust his spear, interrupting the other goblin as it was conjuring another ice arrow. He landed, pivoted, and instantly appeared behind the goblin. One goblin spun around, while the other raised its club and gave chase. Lord Grimm raised his hand and unleashed another Falling Flower Palm. The two monsters were blasted back, flying straight into the two ranged goblins from before. The two goblins fell flat, their skills cut short once more. And so, every goblin on guard or patrol was roused, either lured or blasted into action by Lord Grimm. Melee goblins shrieked in unison, clutching their clubs as they gave chase, while the ranged attackers were busy unleashing their own barrage of attacks. Frost Forest had suddenly become a scene of utter chaos. Blue River and the others chased after him, each one hesitant and uncertain. There's no denying it, Lord Grimm's got some real skill. But to cause such a ruckus in the dungeon, it looks more like a high-level party steamrolling the place. Blue River and the other three had lost sight of Lord Grimm. Ahead of them, a massive horde of shrieking goblins surged forward in relentless pursuit. Where's Lord Grimm? Blue River and his team could only tell Lord Grimm was still alive from two things. First, the party list showed his health bar was still over half full, meaning he was doing just fine. The second was the occasional glimpse of Lord Grimm leaping into view, only to vanish again as he dropped back behind the goblins.
That's gotta be over 20 of them, right?
Youngwee's voice trembled. This is epic. A level 20 dungeon run shouldn't be this insane.
Aren't we killing it yet?
Ziyue Qingcheng already had her brawler ready to go.
Now I'm wondering how he's gonna get back.
Lei Ming Dianguang stared at the goblin horde that had completely blocked the path ahead, his tone tinged with admiration.
You're not expecting me to just toss the shrew out like this, are you? They won't group up like this.
Knowing Moonlit Beauty was anxious, the goblins, with their mix of melee and ranged attacks, had split into two armies. One group brandished their clubs in hot pursuit, while the other held their distance, waiting for Lord Grimm to run out of their firing range. Would they start running a few steps?
What's going on? Are you all asking me? I don't know anything about that.
No sooner had the words left his mouth than Thunderbolt Flash also started hopping up and down, straining to see what was happening behind the monster horde. Yet, despite its comical nature, none of the three could muster a laugh. Blue River quickly followed up.
What's going on?
Wow, that's a beautiful monster pull.
Ah.
Blue River felt the urge to leap up and take a look himself, but as one of the Blue Brook Guild's top 5 experts and the guild leader of the 10th server, he had to maintain a certain level of dignity. So he said coolly,
How did you gather?
How should I know? The monsters are just in clumps.
Just as Thunderstruck Lightning was hopping about and talking, everyone suddenly heard a rapid series of slapping sounds.
Falling blossoms. Holy crap, that palm strike felt incredible.
Thunder Lightning, he shouted, as the other three saw the goblins ahead suddenly thrown into chaos. That one falling flower palm blasted away a whole crowd of goblins. The flying Great Club goblins crashed into the ranged ones behind them, toppling them in a massive wave. Their view suddenly cleared. There, amidst the horde of monsters, stood Lord Grimm. His right hand held the spear behind his back. His left was thrust forward in a palm strike, his robes billowing as he held the final pose of the falling flower palm. Goblins lay scattered all around him. The scene lasted less than a second, yet the image of Lord Grim's heroic pose in that instant was seared into the minds of the four onlookers. But in the very next second, the goblins scattered across the ground were already scrambling to their feet, fearlessly preparing to charge once more. Lord Grim leapt to his feet. Now's our chance. Thunderbolt Flash seized the moment to quip.
What's he doing? He's about to fly over here. He's airborne.
He's really flying. He's really flying, Thunderbolt Flash cried out, nearly in tears. Lord Grim, facing them, leapt up, spun 180 degrees, and with a gunshot suddenly came flying backwards straight toward them. Blue River and his crew were seasoned players. They recognized the move instantly. A gunner's aerial maneuver. Fire your weapon mid-air. Use the recoil to propel your character backward. The stronger the kickback, the farther you fly. That recoil had to be from a rifle at the very least. Lord Grim shot backwards, soaring right over the heads of the goblin horde, and landed behind the four of them.
The goblins spun around in a frenzy, a tidal wave about to crash forward, only to be met head-on by Blue River and his three companions. All four were sweating bullets, and then they heard Lord Grim's voice.
Mages, attack. Get ready to drop the shrew. The group quickly focused their gaze, and what they saw shocked them. In that instant, the goblins that had flipped around to give chase were surging forward. The ranged ones stood their ground, unleashing attacks, while the melee fighters rushed toward them. Every single monster was now perfectly clustered together.